Shalom, and welcome to Hebrew Bible Secrets with your host, Rabbi Beaton. We are reading today from the book of John, starting at chapter 9. John, chapter 9, verse 1. 1. And as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Rabbi, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? 3. Yeshua answered, neither has this man transgressed, nor his parents, but that the works of Elohim should be made manifest in him. 4. We must work the deed of him that sent me, while it is daytime. The night comes when no one can work. 5. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. 6. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay. 7. And said to him, go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation, sent. He went his way, therefore, and washed, and came, seeing. 8. The neighbours therefore, and they which before had seen him that he was blind, said, is not this he that sat and begged? 9. Some said, this is he. Others said, he is like him. And he said, I am he. 10. Therefore said they to him, how were your eyes opened? 11. He answered and said, a man that is called Yahushua made clay and anointed my eyes, and said to me, go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. 12. Then said they to him, where is he? He said, I know not. 13. They brought to the Pharisees him that was aforetime was blind. 14. And it was the Sabbath day when Yeshua made the clay and opened his eyes. 15. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. He said to them, he put clay upon my eyes, and I washed, and do see. 16. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, this man is not of Elohim, because he does not guard the Sabbath. Others said, how can a man that is a transgressor do such miracles? And there was a division among them. 17. They say to the blind man again, what do you say of him, that he has opened your eyes? He said, he is a prophet. 18. But the Yahudim did not believe concerning him, that he had been blind and received his sight, until they called the parents of him that had received his sight. 19. And they asked them, saying, is this your son, who you say was born blind? How then does he now see? 20. His parents answered them and said, we know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. 21. But by what means he now sees, we do not know. Or who has opened his eyes, we know not. He is old enough. Ask him. He shall speak for himself. 22. These words spoke his parents, because they feared the Yahudim, for the Yahudim had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was Messiah, he should be put out of the Qahal. 23. Therefore said his parents, he is old enough. Ask him. 24. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said to him, give Elohim the praise. We know that this man is a transgressor. 25. He answered and said, whether he is a transgressor or not, I know not. One thing I know, that is whereas I was blind, but now I see. 26. Then they said to him again, what did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? 27. He answered them, I have told you already, and you did not hear. Wherefore would you hear it again? Do you also want to be his disciples? 28. Then they reviled him and said, You are his disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. 29. We know that Elohim spoke to Musa. As for this fellow, we know not from where he is. 30. The man answered and said to them, Why, herein is a marvelous thing, that you know not from where he is, and yet he has opened my eyes. 31. Now we know that Elohim does not hear transgressors, but if any man is a praiser of Elohim and does his will, he hears him. 32. Since the world began, has it ever been heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? 33. If this man were not of Elohim, he could do nothing. 34. They answered and said to him, You were completely born in sinfulness, and yet you presume to teach us. And they cast him out. 35. Yahshua heard that they had cast him out, and when he had found him, he said to him, Do you believe on the Son of Man? 36. He answered and said, Who is he, Master, Adon, Lord, that I might believe on him? 37. And Yahshua said to him, You have both seen him, and it is he that talks with you. 38. And he said, Master, Adon, Lord, I believe. And he bowed before him. 39. And Yahshua said, For judgment I come into this world, that they which do not see might see, and that they which see might be blind. 40. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words, and said to him, Are we blind also? 41. Yahshua said to them, If you were blind, you should have no sin. But now you say, We see, therefore your sin remains. So that now brings us to the end of John chapter 9. So let's go back and have a look at some of the footnotes in John chapter 9. So the first footnote we have is in verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Rabbi, who did sin, this man or his parents? So let's have a look at this, or his parents. So we have here, it was commonly assumed in Eastern culture that if a child was born sick, then his parents must have committed some bad sins. This is true even today. In that culture, the primitive thinking continues. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 4. We must work the deed of him that sent me, while it is daytime. Okay, so let's have a look at this, daytime. So we have here, he gave Sod, hidden mystery of the exile of the rest of Israel to come. They will all plunge into darkness, meaning heathen nations and their evil acts. So the light, Messiah, was removed from Israel, and also her Kadosh temple. He will come soon to take us back to our land. Okay, so that's yet future. The Messiah will return. So let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 11. He answered and said, A man that is called Yahshua made clay and anointed my eyes, and said to me, Go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. Okay, received sight. Let's have a look at this. So this was one of the great miracles that the rabbis of Israel had said only the Messiah will come and perform. Okay? So this miracle was spoken about by the rabbis, that Yahshua would perform this miracle. Okay? So let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 14. And it was the Sabbath day when Yahshua made the clay. Okay, let's have a look at this, made the clay. So in rabbinic first century traditions, mixing clay to add spit to it, it was considered work such as building work, and so was outlawed in the traditions. This is why they were angry with Yahshua. Yet the written Torah did not say this is wrong or sinful. However, some strains of Judaism allowed this healing. Okay, so some of the rabbis, it was considered a sin to heal and also to use the spit and the mud, as it was seen as building. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 23. Therefore said his parents, he is old enough, ask him. Okay, old enough, let's have a look at this. So the Hebrew idiom of age here means he is old enough to answer for himself. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 26. Then they said to him again, what did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? Okay, let's have a look at this. How did he open your eyes? So they were not asking to give glory unto Yahweh, but they were asking the details to punish Yahshua by accusing him of breaking the Sabbath, which he had not broken according to Torah, but according to some of their traditions, he had broken it. Okay, so we're talking about traditions again. So as far as the Torah is concerned, Yahshua did not break the Sabbath. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 34. They answered and said to him, you were completely born in sinfulness, and yet you presume to teach us. And they cast him out. Okay, so let's have a look at this, cast him out. So this was very cruel to the man who was now able to see that these Pharisees, instead of giving glory to Yahweh, were accusing him of being born as a transgressor. Hence, why he was blind according to them. This is the pattern of the world today. When they know you do the works of Yahweh, they will slander you and cast you out because they cannot give glory to Yahweh. This is the picture of religious hypocrites. Many are found in this world. Okay, so that now brings us to the end of John chapter 9. So I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the other side. This is Rabbi Beaton saying thank you for watching, and Shalom Shalom. Baruch Shem, Kivod, Malkuto, Leolam Va'ed. Benevolent be the name of his esteemed kingdom, forever and ever and ever. Amen.